Hello candidates, I am going to dictate you a passage from Prime Minister's speech. So please get ready for the dictation. The dictation will start after 15 seconds. Honorable Speaker Sir, today I have especially come before all of you to share information pertaining to a very important and historic subject. This subject is as close to the heart of crores of our fellow brothers and sisters as it is to me, and I feel honored to speak about this. This subject is connected to Sri Ram Janmabhoomi and is about construction of a magnificent temple of Bhagwan Sri Ram at his birthplace at Ayodhya. Honorable Speaker Sir, on 9th November 2019, I was in Punjab for dedicating the Kartarpur Sahib corridor to the nation on the occasion of the 550th Prakash Parv of Guru Nanak Dev Ji. It was in this divine environment that I came to know about the historical judgment of highest court of the country on the subject of Ram Janmabhoomi. In this judgment, the Honorable Supreme Court decided that the inner and outer courtyard of the disputed land in Ram Janmabhoomi belongs to Bhagwan Sri Ram Lala Virajman. The Honorable Supreme Court, in their judgment, had also stated that the central government and the state government, in consultation with each other, will allot 5 acres of land to the Sunni Central Waqf Board. Honorable Speaker Sir, today I am very happy to share with this august House and the entire country that the Union Cabinet in its meeting held this morning has taken important decisions on this issue, keeping in mind the directions of the Supreme Court. In accordance with directions of the Supreme Court, my government has prepared a detailed scheme for construction of a magnificent temple of Bhagwan Sri Ram at his birthplace and other connected matters. As per the orders of the Supreme Court, a proposal for setting up of an autonomous trust, Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra, has been passed. This trust will have full autonomy to construct a magnificent and divine Sri Ram temple at the birthplace of Bhagwan Sri Ram in Ayodhya and take decisions on matters connected with it. Honorable Speaker Sir, in accordance with the directions of the Honorable Supreme Court and after detailed consultations and deliberations, the Uttar Pradesh government was requested to allot 5 acres of land to the Sunni Central Waqf Board. The state government has also consented to this. Honorable Speaker Sir, we are well acquainted with the divine greatness of Bhagwan Sri Ram, the historical context of Ayodhya and the piousness of Ayodhya Dham, all of which are integral to the soul, ideals and morals of India. Keeping in view the construction of a magnificent temple of Bhagwan Sri Ram in Ayodhya, the number of pilgrims who come for darshan of Ram Lala presently and all those that will come in future, and considering their emotions, one more important decision has been taken by the government. My government has taken a decision to vest the entire land acquired under the Ayodhya Act, which is nearly 67.703 acres, including the inner and outer country yard, in the newly set up trust Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra. Honorable Speaker, sir, the people of India had displayed great maturity by having full faith in our democratic systems after the verdict on Ram Janmabhoomi was delivered on 9th November 2019. Today in the House, I salute this mature behavior of our fellow citizens. Our culture and our traditions bestow upon the philosophy of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and Sarve Bhavantu Sukhina, and inspire us to move ahead with this spirit. People of all faiths in India, whether they are Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Christians, Buddhists, Parsier, Jains, are all members of one large family. My government is moving ahead with the mantra of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas and Sabka Vishwas, so that every member of this family develops, remains happy and healthy, becomes prosperous, and the country progresses. At this momentous juncture, I call upon all members of this august house to join together in one voice to support the renovation of Sri Ram Dham at Ayodhya and construction of a magnificent Ram temple. Speaker Madam, as the leader of the 16th Lok Sabha, I, on behalf of all the members of the House, congratulate you for managing this House with such patience, balance, and always with a smile on your face during your entire tenure. You are deeply influenced by Devi Ahilya Ji's life and teachings, and you have always tried to apply those teachings and principles. Following the same principles, you have often taken tough decisions pertaining to the government in power as well as the opposition from time to time, creating a perfect balance. I believe that these values and ideals will always be used to maintain the best practices of Lok Sabha. I believe that you have done a noble work for the new members by forming the women's organization. You have played a crucial role in enriching the culture of debate, its content and information. Likewise, this house will be pleased to know a few more things. We used to hear that there will be an earthquake in the house. However, the 5-year term is going to complete, but nothing has happened. The power of democracy and the dignity of Lok Sabha are such that those things never happened. On certain occasions, there used to be heated exchanges, at times from that side and sometimes from this side too. Sometimes certain words were used that should not have been used, be it from the ruling side or the opposition side. I congratulate all the staff associated with this house who have taken care of all the MPs and have made the necessary arrangements, and my best wishes to all the parliamentarians so that we are able to carry forward a healthy democracy and a healthy competition to strengthen the democracy further. With these best wishes and spirit, I end my speech. Once again, bowing my head, I offer my gratitude to all the parliamentarians from the core of my heart. Thank you.